Something beautiful, something classy, something very, very nice coming from Kumi Guitar. This is called Concord Sound, produced by Dudu Productions. And I believe Kumi Guitar is still doing well in his music business. He's not even in Ghana, or Kumi is back. The last time I checked, he was somewhere in London, rocking the shows here and there, grabbing some nominations in award schemes and more. Thanks to Xylophone Music and thanks to the hard works of Kumi Guitar, he is still doing very fine. Wednesday morning, Hollywood Wednesday, that is what we do on Xylophone FM. And I still have my people seated. Awele Zege Zege, the man from Nefi Visuals, his name is For Real Mensa, aka Joe the Lover Boy. And I have the man from GHMovieFreak.com, Tony Asankoma. Guys, welcome to the studio once again. I am seeing some interesting tweets here. I'll be reading them before I leave the studio. I'll sure read some of them before I leave the studio. But then, who has been following activities of Ghana Actors Guild? Who has been following activities of Ghana Actors Guild keenly, very keenly? For real?
Somehow.
Are you sure?
Yeah, somehow. Yes. Because the last time we actually met, or I met with them, was when they were paying visit again to the Flagstaff House.
Okay.
And recently that was last month. So afterwards I never heard of them again, and it's like they went dead. I don't want to say some certain things, except their spokesperson or their PR who speak on this.
I see. Yeah. And Tony Asankoma, how about you?
Aren't the people who are in court for fighting over
For their elections?
Yes.
Besides that, I don't hear anything about them.
Oh, okay. But are you guys aware they have been organizing the reenactment of our heroes when it is time for us to celebrate some special days in Ghana? Are you guys aware?
Sorry, the 28th Crossroads.
Yeah, I think they don't even do it just on 28th Crossroads shooting. Emancipation Day, Independence Days. They do all these activities. And I hear anytime they do that, they give them some money to pay the actors. There are some one or two allegations in town that the last activities they were engaged in, they didn't pay the actors.
Who didn't pay the actors?
Yes. Meanwhile,
who didn't pay the actors?
No, the money has always been going to Actors Guild.
Oh, okay.
Then Actors Guild will contract those who will do it, and they pay them.
Okay, so Actors Guild hasn't paid the actors.
That is what we are gathering. We are still trying to do more fact finding into this. But for you, have you been following some of them? The reenactment activities?
Yes.
Do you know someone who has been featured in before? I know Papani does
it. De Souza also does it. Quite. Almost all of them. All of them who are very active in the club's activities. Yes, they do. As to whether they are paid or not, that one, because what I remember, there was a time I was in one of the meetings at our center, and there were conversations on the monies, paying of those particular monies, and some of the actors and actresses had issues. I don't want to go into details about it, but I heard this. Since I'm not an official.
Okay. All right. So join me and let's all ask questions. I have one man with me on the phone. I know him to be Ganyobi. I don't know whether I should say Din Din or Din Din. Is it Ganyobi Din Din or Ganyobi Din Din?
It's Ganyobi Din Din.
Ganyobi Din Din. What is the meaning?
Ganyobi literally means a child of a Ghana or a Ghana child.
Oh, okay.
It means black.
Oh, okay. So,
actually, it's like a Ghana black fan or Ghana fan.
Ganyobi Din Din. I see. That is a beautiful.
I think most of my friends who know me call me Scarecrow.
Scarecrow or Godwin.
For real, you don't have Scarecrow or Sunday.
Oh, Okay, because when I mentioned Ganyo Din, he was asking, who is that? But the moment you mentioned Scarecrow, he said, oh, that is the guy who is trying to steal my business in Ghana. He doesn't want me to make more money in Ghana. Scarecrow. But then, Scarecrow, are you an actor as well? Do you double as an actor?
Yeah, I'm an actor.
And are you a paid up member, or are you a member of the Ghana Actors Guild?
I'm a member of the Actors Guild, but as a paid up member means you have to pay your dues. That makes you like a paid up member, but if you are registered, you are part of the Actors Guild.
Okay, so do you have an ID card or a membership card?
I have an ID card, but I'm renewing mine at the moment.
Okay, and for how long have you been a member of the guild?
As far as like I can count, let's say it's almost like 18 years now, cause yeah, 18 years now, cause that was like 2001 thereabout.
I see. That is serious. So you have been a part of the Actors Guild for the past 18 years.
Yes, boss.
That is great. Now we are gathering some one or two information. Yesterday, a gentleman called Stardom, who is also an actor, gave me a hint that a group of actors who are believed to be members of the guild are not happy with the leadership of the guild, because when it comes to doing the reenactment of some activities in Ghana, where we bring some past memories of our heroes, we gather some actors to play this role, and after that, Actors Guild is giving monies to pay the actors. We are gathering information that for the past activities, no money has been paid, and even those who received the money, some received as little as 30 cedis, 70 cedis, and all. What can you tell us about these allegations?
First of all, it's not to greet all the players of Value Phone 102.1 and all loving Ghanaians and all people in the act that support the act that we're doing. To the entire Ghana Actors Guild, I greet everyone. If I'll say, for some time now, we've been doing the reenactment of the 28th February Crossroads, and then after that we proceed to the fifth match, the fifth match declaration of the independence. We do that on the fifth match because independence was not declared on the 5th of March, but rather on the eve of the 6th of March, which is 5th of March, around 12 there. So members of the Actors Guild sometimes have to wait till like 9 p.m. thereabouts, and then we do those reenactments around 12 thereabouts. But since last year and the last 2 years, we've been just having some challenges, because of some petty in-house issues. That some people have taken it out to court and that. But that doesn't spoil anything. The guild is still going on and the guild is doing well. Well, with the new executives that we have, in every situation, like in every institution, when like the change of executives or government or presidency or something like that, there's a lot of things to be done because, most of our things that are done here are done analogically. So when people take office, they have to go through papers, this, that. So it's a big flow for them. But this year's performance that we did, bro, the guild promised of a certain particular amount of money for the reenactment. And then the executive told the entire membership that has received part of the payment, but the rest will be coming after the show is done. So I think after the show was done, there were some small debt in other places that they should have paid before. You get me? So when the money came, some of those money had to go into some of those debts. That some of us weren't comfortable with it, because if there's a debt that should be paid, it should have been paid long time, not when this year's budget is in and the money has been given and then they take it out. But in whatever we do, if there's a debt, they have to pay. So they take the money out of it. So the rest of the money that was left for the members to share, was not that much enough. But then I heard and I was told that the rest of the money will be coming and then everybody will be having his or her share. Now, we have categories in paying members in the guild when we do performances. And then performances too sometimes are paid according to the budget or the money that has been received. So people who play like lead or they have like dialogue or certain things have a particular amount depending on the budget that has been released or that has been paid. They get me for the production. And then others do have theirs up in the extras or people who join over and things like that. Apart from that, there is another category that they measure their payments by. If you are a full paid member, the price that you get, if you have your card and it's not registered, or if it's not renewed or it's old, then there's a particular amount that you get. And when you don't have it at all, it's either you step back a little bit for that people who have those opportunities to take part so that it's technologies like others. You understand me? This year, what happened was that when the money came, half came, and the rest is not in here. And people were agitating because others have spent a lot for on TNT for rehearsals and all this stuff. Like, there's a whole lot of stuff that were happening among the old members. So, thinking that, they cannot. So the executive decided that, okay, the people that we have, let's share them small for everybody. When the rest come, everybody's going to have the top up. And those who haven't been paid will be paid. But others who say they have not been paid at all while they came there for them, even they have to be paid for them, they haven't received it. So my argument was that if you haven't been paid, go to the office. You understand me? Ask the executives why, and then maybe you'll be sorted out.
I see. Is it also true that some people were paid as little as 30 CDs, 70 CDs and all that? Is it true?
It depends on what you do because they mark our attendance. You understand me? And they pay by attendance. Sometimes. Not sometimes, most of the time, because when you have your card ready and you paid your dues and everything like that, and you come to rehearsal and you don't go and log in your name, they have a log book, and you don't log in your name, and you thought like, we are coming for rehearsal, we are playing, so when I come, I join my crew, we are doing our thing, when I come, I join my crew, and you don't log in. When monies are in to be paid, they look at the attendance book. So how much the number of names, the number of times that your names appear in the attendance books also add up for your money. So if someone gets 10 CDs, 30 CDs, 40 CDs, it can be true, it might not be true. If it is true, people have to come out and clear it out, and then we really solve that matter because it's so disgraceful. Someone says you've done a whole performance for the whole nation, Ghana Access Guild, and you get as low as just like a quarter percentage or low percent, like 0.1 or 0.0%. That is very, very worrying. My one problem is that the guild or the entertainment industry is lacking fun. Nobody supports like art, especially acting. You understand me? Let's take film aside, but when we say acting, concert party, stage, theater, and all those things are acting. And when people support it, we really have this issue of like people getting like 10 certificates and stuff like that because we don't have any support. It's only the government. And when there's a change of government, people have this perception that if it is XYZ who was ruling us, and then now they are off, and then ABC is on, then that means that XYZ people should clear them off because they might be belonging to that party. So people have this mentality of taking sides that these people that are in the new government have a new people that they must deal with. So all those are challenges that we are having at the guild.
Okay, I get you.
That we should receive, we'll have to come half. And then if you don't, the guild still have money that are supposed to come from the government to us as far as back as 2017. You understand me? And up to now, 2019, we haven't received it. But
okay.
we try our best that we're going to do this and we want to do it for real. I mean, if me and you could understand how art takes place in other places, especially when they are doing reenactment.
I know.
Really, this time for it, they are like, hey, today is 28 February. There's going to be a performance on the street on the Accra Highway to the Castle Junction. People come out, they support, people even send in donations and things like that. I mean, you're making us proud. But this is the case that the guild, nothing at all. So if it's not the government, nobody. And the government deals with promises. That they don't deal with action, they deal with promises. Oh, yes.
So Ganyobi, let me find out this. The last time you featured in one of the reenactment activities, how much were you paid?
I got 700.
Oh, 700 cedis, including your rehearsal.
Yeah, including that was 7 million in the old money.
Okay.
Performances.
Okay.
It was 2017. 2018, I was out of town. I was out of the country by then. 17, I did, because mostly I asked Fiati, who played for the guild.
Okay.
17, I played Fiati, and then on the 5th of March to, when they declared the independence, we raised the new flag of Ghana. So I'm the flag boy for that, and that one I got 300, and I got 400 for the other one.
Okay.
But it was so good, but others, even within that time, others were complaining that now, I can't get that. So all the time they'll be complaining.
All right, thank you so much, Ganyobi Dean. We are so fortunate. We just realized that one of the spokesperson for Sammy Fisher, president of Actors Guild, walked in. He'll be talking to us. He'll be talking to us on this issue. So thanks, and be on standby. If should he start talking lies, then you come in to correct him. I beg you. So be on standby for us.
Send my greetings to Mr. Fisher.
All right. Thank you.
I said you should just get hard. You should just take hard, but I mean, people will not tell him, but you should just keep focused, yeah?
All right, baby, I better fine. Thank you so much. Ganyobi Dean is the voice you heard at the background. You can also call him Scarecrow. It happens but once. Enters Timothy Bentum. Officer, how are you? Oh, Ken Fiati. Sorry, forgive me. Ken Fiati is here. They all look like men of God, so you know.
Oh, he's a man of God.
He is a man of God.
Oh, he's a man of God.
Okay. Ken, welcome to the studio.
Very fine, thank you.
But where are you coming from?
I was just driving. Initially, Massive had contacted me. You know you guys and the way you do your work professionally. So he woke me up actually today and said there was something going to happen. But actually, I was driving to church to pray for you.
I know.
Then I had the discussion. I had Scarecrow, aka Sunday.
So you know him very well.
I know Scarecrow very well. Scarecrow has been with the guild close to 2 decades, as old as some of us might be, or as
yeah, he told me, and I was really surprised about
very
that.
useful member of the guild. Yes. So I had portions of it because I was actually driving and I had to drive here. I decided to just come in and try to see if we can set the record straight.
Yeah, we have to. Let's talk about some of the allegations he raised this morning. The fact that some people have been doing the reenactment as actors, members of Actors Guild, and they don't get their money. Some of them get it, but they don't even get the full amount and all that. I hear some people were paid even 30 cedis and all. Is that the case?
Well, let me say hello to the listeners, wonderful as they are, and then these great people in here who ensure that truth is told all the time. But like I always say, Isaiah 48 says, the grass will wither, the flower will fade, but the word of God will abide forever. And the word of God has to be the truth.
Okay.
And so some of us will say the truth even if we become unpopular.
Okay.
Now, I'll have to backtrack a bit like Sunday did. In times past, or from a time from the past, Radio Gold initiated something. I'm sorry I'm mentioning Radio Gold.
No, that's okay.
They initiated something and contracted Ghana Actors Guild to do what we call the reenactment of some of the legendary stories we have in the nation. So 28th February crossroad shooting and 5th March declaration of independence, and of course the emancipation, the Panafest and all that. Fast forward to present day. What's happening is that there's been a lot of challenge. I mean, I know that you know, because I know you have a sharp memory, that last year we were here trying to solicit for sponsorship for the reenactment. Why have we gotten to that stage? We realized that it was beginning to get very difficult to get the money that is given to the guild from not getting anything. And we said, no, this is like the flagship program for the Ghana Actors Guild. Because if you don't get any job to do at all, 28th and 5th dear, there should be these performances so that you can have a token. Now, I am head of technical committee and I speak for the president and official, and I'm proud to do so because of just one reason. It stands for the truth. Now, we realized that in times past, people were not getting paid anything, even though they take part in the reenactments. And some get paid ridiculous sums of money. Ridiculous in the sense that you ask yourself, what is the parameter for determining that A should not get money and B should get money? So we said, okay, now let's have a system where when you come to be part of the reenactment, the first thing is we check whether you are a paid up member of the guild. It's just like the Bar Association, and that's where we are striving to go to as a guild, to become a professional institution where we get value for money for the valuable services we give to the nation. If you are not a paid up member of the bar, you cannot practice. Some is not what it is. So what we are saying is that you need to be a paid up, and we've had this discussion before, that you need to be a paid up member of the Ghana Actors Guild to take part in the activities of the guild. But last year, because we had to struggle and eventually last minute, the government released 100,000 cedis for 2 performances. And in all, we had over 100,000 Ghana cedis
That
for
is
2
31
performances.
billion.
Well, I get confused with Titi, so I stay in the modern.
But it's 1 billion.
Yes, because 30,000 to in Titi would sound different, so you might have to say that.
300 cities.
Yeah, it was Okay, so we said that one, be a paid up member of a guild or be in good standing before you can take part in the reenactment. But last year, because of the topsy-turvy nature of the things that we had to do and the hassle and all that, we said, okay, let's allow people who have registered before but are not members in good standing to be able to take part in the performance. Reason is that we need the numbers. You see the 28th Crossroad shooting, for instance. You need the crowd that were assembled there on the day to give it that aesthetic feel. So that's what we did. But if you come for rehearsal, I cannot say that I know Sammy Flex, and so Sammy Flex came for all the rehearsals. So go to the registration desk and write your name that I have come for this rehearsal. Every rehearsal comes with the amount of money you get for rehearsing. And then when you are part of the performance, there's an amount of money you get for the performance. Then there are categories. The soldiers play the key role. And then you remember that 28th February Crossroad shooting has Emery, the white man who did the shooting. And he has 2 black guards who instructed to do the shooting and didn't do it, and he took it over and did it. And then there are the wives of these 3 soldiers, gallant soldiers that were shot. So their role is also different from the crowd or the masses of people who come there. So you are paid based on that graduation. So that you know that if I am a soldier, this is how much I'm taking. If I'm a woman crying, this is how I'm taking. If I'm a soldier who was shot dead, this is how I'm taking. If I'm angry. So all that classification was done. Then for 5th March, we also have like 5 regional groupings represented. The Akans doing their Akan cultural display, the Gans, Awela is remembering how nostalgic it is. And we have the Ebers, we have the Gans. So we have all those performances. But aside that, we have those who play like a bigger role in the sense that still they are still the soldiers who are the guard on parade. And now you have the big 6, Nkrumah and his team. I nearly said cohorts. Nkrumah and his team. And then we also have the Wulumen, those who come to pour the libation and all that. So all these people, you know that if I play this role, this is what I get. If I play an added role, which is to be part of the technical team, because managing these numbers, 500 plus, one person cannot be a production manager without deploying people to take a charge of various. So if you have another responsibility, you also get something a little higher than what the others get. So that is the scheme Sam Efficient and his team put in place so that we can have this done. Now, imagine 100,000 for 2 performances last year. And this year, we had 50,000 CDs being released out of an agreed sum of 70,000 CDs for 2 performances. Push aside production cost. Now ask yourself, I was just showing to Awele and For Real, and I can show it to you, the list of people who took part in these performances. And you have to share 70,000 when you take out production costs to these people. Unfortunately, or coincidentally, what has been released so far is 50,000 CDs. And you have numbers over 300 that you have to pay. When you take out production cost, I'm intentionally not giving details, but if you ask any member of the Ghana Actors Guild who comes for
So
meetings,
it means you're also intentionally hiding some facts.
no, listen, there's a reason I'm not mentioning figures. You understand? And I can tell you, because some efficient administration says that every production you do, there should be an account for it, and it has to go through the auditors. So Ghana Actors Guild, as we speak now, audits its accounts. You understand? So I can't come and churn out fine figures or final figures prior to auditing. That's why I'm saying that.
But if it also help us to understand the story the way it is, and to make those who are putting out such allegations keep quiet, it will help. Because apart from Black kind of leading that I spoke with, there are other guys on standby who would also want to come on the line to talk about the same thing.
That's wonderful. I love democracy and what it does to us as blacks. You understand? One, I said I won't mention figures because I don't have the express authorization of my president to do so. And from where I sit, I know that these things have not been audited. Why? Because we've not finished payments. People have been paid. People were paid on Thursday. What we did was
Just last
Thursday.
week Thursday.
Reason being that we're trying to get the release of the 20,000 cedis, add it to what is there, and share it once.
Where do you get the funding from?
From the anniversary committee, you can speak to Lord Comey. He is the one responsible for the office. The day we rushed there, sweating and trying to catch him in the office, for real was at the Flagstaff House. What he was doing, only God knows. I know you will ask that, so I've answered. So he saw us rush in there to try and lobby to get this. It's not easy to come by. That is the reason why we came to an institution as credible as yours last year to try and get something to do this thing. Why? Because we want to ensure that the little job that people are doing as guild members, they get paid well.
So how well do you communicate to these people?
Yes, that's where I was going to.
They don't get offended.
That's where I was going to.
I
said that
they don't feel like they are being cheated.
Sammy,
Maybe Jata, you can get me that guy. Let's listen to his
let him come
story
online.
too.
You see, when you come for meetings, I was saying that we did a payment on Thursday. When I say we did all the mechanics and gave it to the Greater Accra executive to do the payment. Why? Because we relied on the same Greater Accra people to do the registration of members when they come for rehearsals and all that. Why? Because they are with them on the grounds. You understand? Aside that, at all Greater Accra meetings, we are there as a technical team, as a representation from the National Executive Committee to explain these things to the members. So if you sit outside and you don't come for meetings and you come and do these things, this is what it will lead to. It will amaze you that on Thursday, there was a guy who was holding a Ghana Actors Guild card. But it looked fishy because nobody knew him. The chairman for Greater Accra did not know him. And I spoke to Massive and said, call the Greater Accra chair too, so that you can get different sides of this story. Now, we saw that he had the card. And one member, the chair said to him, Gag. He was confused. Well, when I say gag, what do you say?
Action.
That is our response. That's our greeting.
Action.
Action.
Yes.
Gag. Action.
Yes, that's how we greet each other. You understand? And until the Constitution made an amendment to the last part of it, which I think Awele will still respond to. 3 times of gag, you say action, now. But that has been amended and changed.
So like gag,
this is somebody.
action,
This is
gag.
So this is somebody who was holding a Ghana Actors Guild membership card, but he didn't even know the basic greeting of the guild.
Okay, Ken, hold it there for me. Let's go on the line. His name is Stardon. Stardon, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Stardon.
Hey. Dumo radio. You need to talk as a radio. Any BBG Masunti said they were so radio. Stardon, BB Abokodi. His name is Stardon. You want his real name? Okay. Hold it there for me. Stardon, what? Udiankasa the same. Sorry, Udiankasa the same. Hello. Okay, Etaisi, and so Esia and Sanfrey Bimna Yatwaso. Yes. And sticker, DJ sticker, Jumana Bedruso. For Stardom Bimna on my line is now Yen Shese, Sikano, Mitiati saying. I still have my guys from the fan maison here. I'll be talking to them against Friday and Monday for them to be telling us activities at the Fan Maison. Start on a samba, Humane Sunti. Yeah, if I see me clear issues, no the way it is, because on showbiz agenda, we get to the bottom of it. Yeah, start on up, Bakodier.
Bakodier, the service.
When him Tobo, I say, oh, so I say, relax, and Kasawai, the patch. Aha, relax.
So washing day, it's a mama game.
Sorry, and a man fat a before name Matt Radio, so because yeah, you don't share before I bury this way and found why pouch. Aha, now Udian Casa de San Udian war in Homamu or Actors Guild and anything.
The family Richmond, the J. Amankwa.
Rexmond, a J. Amankwa.
Yeah.
I see. Now Actors Guild no, you'll be a member or card.
Yeah, Mr. Sammy, me a member no card.
I see. Now re-enactment projects and activities, why you be for how long?
Mr. Sammy, we need more than 6 times.
More than I?
6 times.
6 times. Okay, it's the last one I hear that being. Last one I'll call you be that being.
Last time, yeah, that was last year, no. Friends, 5th match.
5th match, yeah, Rexmond, Ajay Sapon, AAB. Mr. 5th match, yeah, Rexmond, Ajay Sapon, AAB.
Come on.
28 crossroad shooting, and also now can be.
Yeah.
I see. Now, one man me producers, and now one man me Akasamati say. Mo year 28 May 5th match the year o se sika o sanka Actors Guild 24 omo kwaji free organization committee na also mo de mamo no o dey also suspect say ase bi nema bi nkoyie ase omo person mo ebu mu bukata bi cheche mu sanete unya ahimpo
Mr. Sami I didn't say Mr. Ghana hano this I don't know so we a public figure and I'm going for you. But the fact that many public figure are more active in the car, they make a home into one point in the chair margin. I didn't say, you're quite, you know. You see, I'm eating Sunday, next Sunday, because I said, you can't imagine you I've found it by there, the account on my. But at least we need some explanation. The explanation be by a man say, maybe I must really know, we are fine again. For the past years, and yes, I got it. My APG 400, APG 500, and then I say 4. But this year, the shooting, the year to performance, in my friends, 100 Ghana, and then Bimunia friends, 70 Ghana, and then Bisunia 30 Ghana. 30 Ghana, we will be crabbing in the bar rehearsal. They be on also about that. Now, the assistant to one bar and the man 30 Ghana.
But two projects, Nina, or 28 May 5th match getting now.
28, and your friend is saying, 6 match, Nina.
And your man 30 Ghana cities.
Your man 30 Ghana cities.
Also because, almost because one rehearsals Nintia.
Yeah.
Now,
they told us, they say, almost share friends registered, but like Nidin, after Nidin, new bet, and start to hear me about rehearsals.
But try one marry rehearsals, then your money quite more main activities maybe because when say one marry rehearsals and say my be or no then
Mr. Sami, I want to say, friends, we pay the phone number to make a show. You will be more it's all about whom you know. You will be more I'm over back on my rehearsals, and so go no more. It is a only more, baby, I won't that. I got one year as a woman with us, but for me, they want to be free. Who be only be on a penny, be ready on my back, and I said to a simple be ready on my back. I know you have only your baby.
And since Siana Musicano, a bit and Sanka, a bit Saka, Crabino. Come on, Ben, what you're free penny for her because Ken Fiati, my who said, even last Thursday, a bimpo and Saka Musica. Now can be.
Yeah, last Thursday, Mr. Sami. Nisaka, which is 100 Ghana, which is 1 million.
Naka, I ain't an hour expecting.
Mr. Family, means me in Casa, me expect to see. But the MMH says, say, a program anytime be other. You see, at least, like me, Jesus, like it's other. It's at least a cafe, I buy and send. And say, almost to me a church here. Some because even after that, come with this can talk about.
Kosan church must said this year, Sikano,
A nation, yes, someone explaining my chair because Sunday, my meeting affair fair. Sunday, my meeting affair fair. Sikani Biaba, so later on, no, mention that the Omoma can be the ass of some almost. Sunday, my meeting affair. Most of the time, the Katana, I
see. Now, also, a Dane, also Dane to Quahin for a neck, one neck.
One of the guys who is called schoolboy. In penny for the schoolboy and other way. I don't know, they were talking like say more issues did that, but later on I'm afraid guys your customer may say performance now, two performance we can now say this. Now woman is almost on sign of this almost say I hear a more demand now on sign and I'm also on sign. I made a talk one. That is what the guy told me.
I see. And he says, see, and the unim down Sabeka Sikana cannot sell Sabecampo Nimiasa.
Mr. Fanny, I hear we are here in one home. And we must say a yam by your home. But service said you'll be able to do what they do my home.
Okay.
Sometimes, no. One more what Ghana actors did in 24. Boys will be going in the evening, start down. To go and meet Ghana. After we do, I know how to say. And yes, I said you are fast to carry a dealing bet. Makuma was dealing. Why? Because when me mammy buy, when me started the member actors, I may join this side, the name is Swap. What's my say? Let me stop.
And to start on me about all suspected, sir, and penny for no more actors guild no. Sikano, Omo Yabu Muson, son or suspected.
The family is we need an explanation.
Okay. Alright. But before about no, what is Ken Fiati now or explaining some no and some now or explaining a Tawasum.
Which is Sunday.
Dabi Ken Fiati or not your studio ano. Now explaining say this year Sikabia no more expect your son can the door and he say and I'm saying some now kind no a Tawasum as enough explanation. Bia you would have expected some kasa explanation medicamba but then what you already know a Tawasum wajiatum.
And then I may say
it's wajiatum.
No, I need to say, penny for
see. Now, start on Aya meetings there.
Because I sometimes we call, sometimes we call.
This year, what meetings? How many times?
This year, I'm coming because then in this town.
And this year, Uncle Actors Guild meeting back.
No.
Now, and the explanation now open on sign our pursuing your explanation now or simply from Famao.
Mr. Family, I deal with you for very long.
That you and part of my time was so let me be so simple say. What's it this year Uncle meeting that? And after this year, why activities guild name to your car and our pay explanation. Now, I'm saying that Nanka opese on second explanation.
The me saying, so much me share.
Omonchra won he fan also on meeting that and to say ebia omo meeting ya catch how do you know officer
and the family see your group
enti omo call meeting impo na omo call explain here no omo fama me to WhatsApp group ni so yes sir
me who be there fire
all right
I don't know
now oh data there e phone so
oh yes
they be a Actors Guild page ne obi ready e so
sometimes in some of the shows instead I pass so sometimes I just don't worry myself to go there
I'll patch some more na say o ma dream no sana I'll patch
Mr. Famin kasa sometimes no Mr. Famin I acquire politics go no me come I drink alcohol I mean I don't do politics okay how to the way politics
the president Sammy Fisher on show no party ben
if I find a mean to mean show Mr. Famin
na can Fiati so
Because I mean, to meet you, be a part of your woman.
I feel politics no more count on another day when one day can't politics no.
Ah, Mrs. Samson will be on Mrs. Amina to be Casa, who will be okay, be on the GAC, or say, name of the year between I was to catch it.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Stardon. Nidian Casa de Rexmond, Ajay Sapon. Says I need it.
Richmond, a J among
Hey, sorry, Richmond. What's it, Richmond? Hey, Richmond, Ajay Amankwa. Thank you so much, Richmond, Ajay Amankwa, for talking to us on Showbiz Agenda. Ken, your time is soon. Me went to Bakuya and Sana, my free hacker. Take our side, and we've also had the side of Stardom, and there seems to be some communication gap.
Yeah, I love your professionalism. If you don't come for meetings, how do you know what is going on? The day that the monies were paid, the day he was paid, some official president addressed.
So you know him?
I know Richmond by because I just checked the sheet. Yes,
okay.
And his name is there.
Okay.
I can't know all of them.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
The day before the payment, some official took his time to tell them that. Again, that this is how payment is going to be like. If you play this role, this is how much. If you do this, this is how much. And I was Richmond.
So in simple terms, you guys are suffering to pay because the supplier did not give you enough.
We got 70,000, out of which 50,000 was paid.
70,000 to be shared among how many people?
The people who took part in this was close to 400.
Hey.
So you take out production costs. There are other details, and I'm sure if Richmond comes for meetings,
production cost of how much out of the 70,000?
That's why I'm saying that I won't put absolute figures out until after. See, you
a horse I am penny for the book. We won't put absolute figures out. We won't put absolute figures out. No,
but I said until, because as we speak, tomorrow is when they are going to sit to do last payments for those who missed the last Thursday. You understand? So until that is done, you cannot say.
So is it true you are paying others 30 cities?
It depends on how the work you did.
Now, only back the rest I'll buy a cry here now money.
Well, just imagine, say, oh, check 30,000 cities in Po. I'm a nipa 300. Nipa baku de say.
3 cities.
You understand? And poor nipa baku de say. Now you have to grade it. Say, Ebia, where you juma sing way, where you juma sing way. Now say, wo, obi by rehearsal for all the period where you 2 performances. Now by 1 rehearsal. And I say, uba straight up. And I obey 2 rehearsals. How much are you due?
Okay, Officer, hi, come and sit down. Let me ask you some 1 or 2 questions about the fan maison, and let's see how best we can also prepare our children.